So, hi everybody. I have a bit of a skincare gripe. This was actually brought on by someone else that shared this via Instagram, and I was having a back and forth with someone I chat with all the time on Instagram about how so many of the skincare videos that people are posting are showing people actually touching the applicators to their face and then basically putting them back into the container, and it's kind of grosses me out because you do think of all the things that you touch, and then you touch your face and you think of all the germs. But I thought I'd do a quick video talking about ways that you can kind of help avoid that maybe. I have some examples here. Like, I've noticed I have an empty little dropper bottle, but I've noticed, like, for example, somebody will take one of these little dropper bottles and they'll literally just like paste it to their face when they're applying serums and stuff. That's kind of gross. What you're really supposed to do is you're supposed to take the product and put a few drops in your hand and apply it that way, or apply it to if you want a palette or some other type of container besides applying the straight touching this to your face. I'm not gonna lie, I'm bad at that. I've done it before where I've touched the whole thing and then I put it back in. But if you do that, you can always clean it with a little bit of alcohol before putting it into the original container. Another thing that I'm really bad at, which is really bad, is like the skincare jars. I stick my finger in there and you think, okay, you don't think about it, but when I saw the original post from someone else that shared it, then I thought about it and it grossed me out. No matter how much you wash your hands, you still have stuff on your hands. So you stick your fingers in here and then it kind of gets all the germs get in there. But I've noticed that a lot of products now are giving you different types of applicators. Like I have, sorry because I'm reaching around, I have this Elizavecca bubble mask that came with a little plastic applicator. And what I do with stuff like this is, I've actually learned with this one, is I'll take off the plastic lid and then I'll just pour a small amount into my hand and I'll use the applicator just to kind of mix it around, and then I'll put it on my face directly from my hand. Some people like to use different types of things, like if you have maybe an old empty lid that's clean, if you have, again, a little makeup palette, they have the little plastic mixing palettes that you can buy. I use paper plates sometimes, or I know I'm not supposed to because it's not eco-friendly, but a styrofoam plate, a little paper plate, again, an old clean lid from a product you don't have anymore. It's just various things that you can try. What I do too for other things, like things that come, for instance, like in a tube, this mask sometimes gets kind of gross on the end. So what I'll do is I'll just squeeze out a small amount, which I'll do right now. And a lot of times, sometimes with tubes like these, you just squeeze out the small amount and it stops. It basically, it's like a gravity feed. But sometimes if you do touch it again with your hand, you can just clean it off with a little rubbing alcohol and like a tissue. There's a lot of other things that you think about, and I've noticed too with a lot of the new jars of moisturizers, they're coming with little applicators too. I'll be right back. I have to clean my hand off, so sorry for all the wiggling. Like this moisturizer I happened to get as a thank you product for something that I did. I haven't tried it yet, but it came with a little, basically like a little plastic spoon. Another thing that you can use too, which is silly, popsicle sticks. Popsicle sticks, you can also save these. You can probably buy these little applicators by like the bunches online. If I find some, I'll add them in the description below. But I was also thinking too, the little sticks that you used to have for like the little wooden sticks, they sell those too. The little ice cream sample spoons work. Another thing that I do too sometimes, sorry for the hopping around, like with the masks that come like in a little packet like this one, like the clay masks, what I'll do sometimes is I'll try to separate them. If I know that there's more, I can use it another day, so I'll get like a wooden spoon or a plastic spoon or a plastic knife, and I'll kind of scoop out what I know I'm going to use, and then I'll just close it up so I don't have to stick my fingers in there. Another thing too, again, you can also put this into a, again, a little container, so you can just portion out what you're going to use. Another thing too that I've done for like the powder products or like the powder clay masks, again, is using a little dish, either a disposable one or one that you can wash out, and just applying what you think you'll use first, and then scooping out a little bit more with another clean spoon, because that works too. So it's just kind of trial and error. But I think the less that you stick your fingers into your products, the better. Because of course, especially if you're somebody like me that leaves stuff in the bathroom and you don't necessarily always leave it in the cabinet or an airtight space, it does tend to get kind of germy in the bathroom. Or if you're carrying it around in a lot of different locations, like say if you use it like in your gym bag or something else. So it kind of varies, but I thought that would be helpful. But another thing I wanted to say too is just like for another thing I forgot to mention is for the pump tops. I get the top off. Like this facial oil. This facial oil has a little pump top. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. But some of these actually come, even like for the makeups, they come with a locking side. This one doesn't. But you can still clean these off. And these are great because you just use a couple of pumps at a time, so you have less contamination. But again, if you do touch the pump to your hand or to your face, remember to clean it off before you put it away. Other than that, that was basically all I wanted to say. So if anybody else has any other questions or concerns or has their own gripe, feel free to leave comments in the description below. And if anybody's interested, I'll leave as many of these links as possible in the description below for all the stuff I've been using as an example. So have a good day, everybody.